Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
When it comes to the stars of the NBA, the ones that have truly proven their worth on and off the court and have made teams contenders, you expect them to get a lot of money for all that they do. As such, they get major contracts that allow them to go and buy some of the fanciest things in the world, including cars. NBA players love their cars, and as such, they have some very expensive ones. So allow us to show you some of the most expensive cars that NBA players own. Number 10. Dwayne Wade. Without a doubt, one of the things that virtually every celebrity with money goes out and buys is cars. It's one of those impulse buys that you can't help but do because you know that you have the money to afford it. And being that Dwayne Wade is loaded, yeah, he can go and spend his money on some cars, and apparently his car collection is worth millions of dollars. For example, a smoking hot red McLaren with suicide doors. This model alone cost $250,000, and that's just for the base model. You know that Wade likely had some improvements put upon it to make the car all his own, and that's not even the only McLaren that he owns. He also has a crazy sleek Mercedes-Benz that costs $1.4 million on its own. So you can bet that when it comes to D. Wade, he has plenty of options for how to get around town and look good doing it. He likely is going to buy even more cars in the future as he lives out his best retired life, so he could easily be on this list for multiple cars if he wanted to be. Number 9. Shaquille O'Neal. While he may be retired and living his best life as a commentator and business genius, Shaquille O'Neal, aka Shaq, has done his best over the years to make sure that he has gone and bought tons of expensive cars. He has a wide collection. In fact, the garage that is said to house a majority of his cars is bigger than most people's houses. While it's hard to pinpoint what his most expensive purchases are, we do know that he has gone and bought sets of cars worth over $1 million at times, including one time at a Bentley place where he came in flip-flops and the attendant said that he doubted Shaq could afford anything in the place. Yeah, he was wrong. But another thing to note about Shaq and the cost of his cars is that he can't buy anything basic because of his size. So just anything he buys, he has to spend extra money on to go and customize it to his specifications so he can, drive in it comfortably. It's not easy being Shaq, but he can afford it and thus ride in style. Number 8. Kobe Bryant. Obviously, we can't talk about Shaq without talking about his former tag team partner on the Lakers, the late great Kobe Bryant. His passing in early 2020 is still a sting to both the NBA and the world as a whole, and when he was still with us, he was one of the best players in all of NBA history, and one who had recently retired and was enjoying time with his family and daughters. But going back to cars, Kobe Bryant is on this list for an Italian model, his $400,000 Lamborghini Aventador. This car can reach 62 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds and exceeds out at 220 miles per hour. Plus, just look at this thing. It just looks sleek and powerful, which is a perfect description of the late Kobe in many ways. It's sad we're talking about a car that Kobe obviously can't drive anymore, but you can bet that when he was around, he loved not just being in the car, but driving it. And also apparently jumping over them, if you recall. Number 7. Kawhi Leonard. It's very curious to talk about Kawhi Leonard in regards to his purchases, because despite being a top-rated NBA player, and easily one of the best players in the entire NBA, he's not exactly a guy who spends a lot of money on cars, which is perfectly shown here via the love he had for Malibu. No, not the place Malibu, the car Malibu. Despite earning a lot of money via his rookie contract, Kawhi drove a Chevy Malibu for the first few seasons of his career, and for very simple reasons. It's paid off, he said in 2004. I don't have a car note on it. It's good on gas. It's a good commuter car if you don't want to drive your luxury car. In many ways, this is the opposite of what NBA players do. Most of them can't wait to get that first paycheck and go spend it on a fancy new car. But Kawhi? Not so much. He would later get a Porsche, but that was because of peer pressure, and he only drove it on game days. Given that Porsches are expensive and his friends were helping him pick it out, it's fair to think that it was at least over $100,000. And it's possible that he's gotten nicer cars since then, but more than likely, he's back with the Malibu or some other similar car. Hey, whatever floats your boat, Kawhi. Number 6, Stephen Curry. If you want to talk about the best pure shooters in the NBA, Stephen Curry is easily at the top of the list or one of the top 3 if you're going to put favorites of yours above him. He can drill down shots and make it look like he's been doing it his whole frickin' life. That's the reason why the Warriors went to 5 straight NBA finals and won 3 of them. He's one of the highest paid NBA players, and so of course he has gone and gotten himself some expensive rides over the years, one of which is a stunning blue Porsche Panamera Turbo S. This baby cost him a cool $180,000. And we're pretty sure that this is just one of many cars that he has. Personally, we really like this one because of its blue color, and because it's a Porsche, you can expect great speed and power and precision from the vehicle. Number 5, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is another one of those curious cases, because when he came into the league via the Orlando Magic drafting him, many felt that he was going to be the next Shaq, and for a certain amount of years, he kinda was. Like Shaq, he took the Magic to the finals, though he would lose overall. Then he started to bounce from team to team and had lower and lower production. Most people forget that despite being a highly paid player for most of his career, he's still around despite no one really mentioning him. Still, he has money, and when you have money, you have cars. Dwight Howard makes it to this list with a $600,000 truck. It is equipped with a V10 6.8-liter engine made by Ford that unfolds just under 300 horsepower. It weighs in at an insane 13,000 pounds. Dwight can unquestionably stay shielded in this monster, which looks more like an ironclad vehicle than a luxury car. Still, not unlike Shaq, he needs a big ride to carry his big body. Number 4, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose will likely forever be one of those what-if players in NBA history, mainly because when he came to Chicago, he was going to be their savior, and for a few years he was, even winning MVP and leading the Bulls deep into the playoffs several times. But then, injuries kept him from being the true star player that many felt he could be. Like Howard, he is in the league still and helping out where he can, but nowhere near where he was before. And because of where he was before, he was able to buy one of the most expensive vehicles you can get nowadays, a Bugatti Veyron. Derrick Rose's Veyron cost him around $1.7 million. It has a V16 engine with 4 turbochargers for a grand total of 1,000 horsepower. It also has 10 radiators to endure the absurd amount of heat created by the car. This just screams supercar, and Rose probably got it because of that.
But you cannot declare offshore investment losses against future capital gains. Any child knows that.
Number 3, LeBron James. I mean, can we really have a list concerning NBA players without talking about LeBron James? Yeah, I didn't think so. Whether you love him or hate him or just love to hate him, LeBron is indeed one of the best in the league right now. And as such, he gets to be on this list because of all the money that he's made. LeBron is an avid car collector, and we could have filled this list with just cars he himself has bought. One of his most expensive though was easily the Rolls-Royce Phantom, which cost him $400,000. It's not as sleek as many others on this list, but it has power and luxury, which is something LeBron likes. Number 2, Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is another love him or hate him player, but he does have style. He, like the late Kobe Bryant, got a Lamborghini Aventador and was willing to pay $387,000 for it. It's sleek, it's red, and it's loud and powerful, just like Westbrook. Number 1, Kevin Durant. While not the most expensive on this list, we'd be foolish for not mentioning Kevin Durant and his Ferrari California ride that he has. Sure, he only spent $200,000 on it, but if we're being honest, this is one of the best looking cars of the ones that we've shown you on this list. And Ferrari is a classic and known to be very special. He could have gone for more expensive picks, sure, but sometimes you gotta go for what's classic and stylish. So, what do you think? What do you think of these cars that NBA players own that are just ridiculous in their cost? Can you believe the NBA players have spent this much money on something like these cars? Do any of these cars speak to you personally? Which ones would you personally love to own? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time on the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.